Welcome to the Sounders FC Roundtable. I'm Tony Ventrella with Arlo White and Matt Gaschk. We are coming to you from FX McCrory's in Pioneer Square, right across the street, about a couple of hundred yards from Quest Field. Today we're going to be giving away tickets, talk about a wonderful new kit that Sounder players will be wearing this year, and also the rest of the menu on the Roundtable involves early season play, what's coming up next, and players coming back from injury. But before we get going any further, Arlo and Matt, just a reminder, McCrory's has been here since 1977. They were the first to bring Guinness by the barrel to Seattle back in '77. And this was the first place I ever did a live television show in 1981 when I first came here, when actually Arlo was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
And I don't think
I was born in 1981, so
right.
If it was pre-July, then I was not around.
I remember the announcement of that birth. Right. It actually happened also here at McCrory's. Let's start with first two matches of the season. Obviously, I was talking with Ziggy Schmidt today. If you had lost 1-0, 1-0 in mid-July, nobody would say a word. But the fact that it's the beginning of the season, there's a little bit of a buzz on it, isn't there?
There is a little bit. There's no doubt about it. You know, you want to get off the mark as soon as you can, points-wise, results-wise, and scoring goals-wise. And so far, the Sounders haven't done that. But I tell you, and I've been back looking at the game film, and particularly the LA game, and to an extent as well the New York game. The Sounders are creating chances. You know, it's a game of inches. O'Brien White over at Quest Field in the 72nd minute against the LA Galaxy, inches wide. You look at the close-up of Sean Franklin's face, the defender, as he runs towards his own goal. He thinks it's in, and he goes wide, and he kind of goes like this, you know. He thinks it's in. And we had chances in the first 15 minutes against New York, 2 clean throughs, one-on-ones as well. So, and Lamar Nagel at the end, you know, with an opportunity to equalise in the last minute. But he'll be back for more. But reasons to be cheerful and reasons to go into the Houston game. Pretty confident we're going to break that duck.
I would think
reasons too not to panic and make drastic changes. Things they're doing right now are getting them in positions to score those goals. So they don't need to change what they're doing. They just need to change the end result, their focus, their mentality going into that final strike.
Absolutely.
Well, nobody's panicking anyway. Maybe some of the fans, but not that many. Sounder fans are very loyal. They understand the game. This is no time to even be that concerned, I would think. It's just way too early for them.
2 games into a 34-game regular season. You know, no other team has been made to play on the Tuesday, then fly across country and play on the following Saturday against 2 of the league's premier teams. That's where Seattle want to be. I don't think anyone's using that as an excuse. But, you know, when you're looking for caveats for this situation, then you can bring those out. But, you know, the games come thick and fast. And I can only vouch for what I've seen at training this week. Great finishing, genuine buzz, and players coming off the field at Quest Field or Starfire this week with huge, broad smiles, like they're really enjoying getting stuck in. When I say they're not concerned about the situation, of course they are. They'd rather have won those games. But the confidence remains in that squad. They're a tight-knit bunch of guys, and look, a result is not far away.
And then, Matt, you've got the added attraction of having Steve Zakuani, who has not been healthy yet this season, getting to come back healthy. That's a huge boost. Maybe we see Nate Jaqua.
Right.
Lots of pluses this week.
Right. I think that's maybe one of the reasons you're seeing a lot of that buzz is that they've had this success and they haven't been at 100% yet. They haven't had the team out on the field that this team, you know, Adrian Hanauer, Ziggy Schmidt, Chris Henderson envisioned when they looked at the start of the 2011 season. And once they get Nate Jaqua back involved and get Brad Evans and Steve Zakuani back involved more 100%, you're going to see this team buzzing around the field and scoring those goals that we've missed so far.
You know, looking at these tickets that we're giving away, Matt's about to explain what that's all about. I'm not sure if I would frame these. These are beautiful.
They are nice.
I'm sure I'd go to the match first and then frame them. But so what's the deal? How do we win these tickets? Or not how do we win them, but...
Well, the first pair that we're going to give away, if you comment, we're going to have a trivia question here.
Okay, all right, here we go.
And the answer, you need to comment on SoundersFC.com in the Sounders section. The first person to get the correct answer will get this pair of tickets. And the question is very simple. What team does Arlo White support in England?
Aha, okay.
A little clue. It is not Alan Hinton's Derby County. Fact. But not far away geographically. So which team do I support in the UK?
I want to talk about the jersey too. Bring the jersey out. This is the new Tech Fit Power Web. Tell me what that's all about.
It's the new jersey the Sounders are wearing this year, and it's got some interesting designs to it, but they're technological designs and they're purposeful designs. I mean, you see these gray strips here on the side, and those are what's called Tech Fit, and they're designed to help the players perform better on the field. And Adidas is the first to include these in the jerseys. Previously, teams have worn Tech Fit type technology stuff in undershirts. Right. Now they're including them in the jersey, so players don't have to wear quite as much on the field.
Let's come full circle. First of all, brief word on our new guy, Mauro Rosales. He's going to be, I love the little thing he's got going here. But besides that, he's a great player.
Ziggy Schmidt loves him because he's a very good player with a great resume. He played for Ajax, played for Inter Milan, played for River Plate, but also the fact that he speaks good English because he spent time in Amsterdam, and obviously good Spanish. So he's a nice conduit between the different nationalities in the squad. I think he's going to be a very good player. What
do we see against Houston and from here on out? Is this, we're going to start popping some goals here?
I really think we are. I mean, I think with the addition of Mauro Rosales and the further inclusion of these other players, the goals are going to come. And like Arlo said last year, it's like waiting for a bus. You don't see one, and then finally when one comes, they all come. So it's going to be a fun year, I think, for this year.
I love that analogy. Absolutely. That's a great. All right, a couple more facts about FX McCrory's and the wonderful host, Mick McHugh, has been here for 34 years. The Whiskey Bar pours one of Seattle's finest collections of beer, 22 selections on tap, showcasing many of the craft beers brewed locally. And the big feature here is raw oysters shucked to order. If you're an oyster fan, this is the place to be. All right, that's our round table for today. Arlo White.
Speaking of shucks to order, if you come here to FX McCrory's after seeing this video and you order the Arlo White special at the bar, you'll have 2 tickets to the Sounders versus Houston Dynamo match on Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff from Quest Field. Those who can't make it, Fox Soccer on television and 97.3 Cairo FM.
So if the first person to come in to order the Arlo special, the bar staff here are going to know what that is. And you feel free to drink it. A penchant and a taste for the dark stuff would be an advantage in this situation. But just see what you get, you'll like it.
Excellent. All right. Matt, Arlo, I'm Tony Ventrella. That's the round table from FX McCrory's. We'll see you after the game.